Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff today. I'm reviewing the song. What was the song of this one? Sergeant Politeness. I already have it pulled up. Sorry. Sergeant Politeness by Failure. As always, the song comes to you as a request from one of my viewers. So if you would like to have your song reviewed, just do what they did. Leave it in the comments, and I'm sure to add it to my list. So at this point, I've heard of a few songs by Failure, and I gotta say, I've liked just about every single one. I think my favorite probably being another Space song. Really enjoyed that one. It's in my constant rotation. I listen to that song very frequently. It's just so good. So kind of pretty excited to get back to this one. See, it's off the same album. And yeah, just hoping for a good song. With that, I say we jump right in. Again, this is Sergeant Politeness by Failure. Let's do it. Change up in there.
That I can't reveal a thing. I'm blind and happy, sir, to be tortured in this way. Sergeant Politeness, searching for weak points. He'll caress my ego and trick me so softly. Sergeant Politeness, I'm so enlightened. Go on, molest me. I won't confess now. Sergeant Politeness, Sergeant Politeness, Sergeant Politeness, caress my ego.
Yeah, I like that. It was very much different than what I was expecting. I think a lot of what I've heard from them so far has been kind of, kind of ethereal and maybe like a little like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like more chill, kind of like subdued, whereas this, I think, just straight up rocked out. So this was a lot of fun. I'm actually really excited to break it apart and talk about it piece by piece, like I always do, starting with lyrics. So, let's see. They won't ever find out just where I hid them. That line from the get-go, I was like, hid who? 100 stones that sparkle in darkness. They caught me downtown, changing the bus lines. An easy target, midday, no disguise. Sergeant Politeness, searching for weak points, caress my ego, trick me so softly. I only took them to find my way out, the self-infixed freeze that comes from boredom. You see, I let them find me 100 stones that mean nothing to me. Sounds to me like maybe like almost like a bank robbery, right? Like they won't ever find just where I hid them 100 stones, like maybe gems, diamonds, something like that, right? Maybe a jewelry store heist, that kind of thing. That sparkle in darkness, they caught me downtown, changing the bus lines. So I'm guessing, like, as he was trying to flee, and when they caught him, they arrested him, right? Not sure. Maybe Sergeant Politeness could be like the person who brought him in, or I'm not too sure. Searching for weak points, caress my ego, trick me softly. To me, that sounds like almost like someone tricking you through flattery, right? So I'm not sure how this has to do with anything else, but I guess we'll kind of get there. I'm gonna click here and just see what this annotator says. The protagonist, Leo, is attempting to hide the drugs he's procured to avoid being legally punished. Okay, I did not read that as drugs. I read it as like diamonds or something, right? Actual like gems. Anyway, I only took them to find my way out, the self-infixed freeze that comes from boredom. You see, I let them find me 100 stones that mean nothing to me. I can see now in verse 2 how that might be more like drugs. But I was honestly reading it as like, yeah, I stole the diamonds just because I thought it'd be fun. Essentially, I needed a break from the monotony. But now I can kind of see that it's like drugs, right? Like I took drugs to escape, again, that monotony of the day-to-day. Sergeant Politeness, searching for weak points, caress my ego, trick me so softly. I'm so innocent, sir, that I can't reveal a thing. I'm blind and happy, sir, to be tortured in this way. Again, maybe just as a break from the monotony. Sergeant Politeness, searching for weak points, caress my ego, trick me so softly. Sergeant Politeness, I'm so enlightened, go on, molest me, I won't confess now. That's an interesting line. Sergeant Politeness, Sergeant Politeness, Sergeant Politeness, caress my ego. Yeah, it could be about drugs. It could be about, and maybe it is about drugs, because I think, is it off of this album? It might be off of a different album. Because we also listened to The Nurse Who Loved Me. I'm thinking, yeah, there it is, which I honestly thought was about drugs. And so, I mean, hell, this could be just a whole album about drugs. I mean, I don't know, but regardless, I think the lyrics are well written. There's some really interesting lines in there. There's a few lines that kind of made me go, I wonder what he means by that, right? So I think the interpretation of it is pretty open and ambiguous, which I typically kind of enjoy. So yeah, I think lyrically, give it a thumb up. Why not? As far as instrumentation and vocals go, yeah, like I said, I was expecting something a little bit more subdued, laid back even, and got kind of a rock and roll song, which I liked. I liked the kind of heavier aspect of it. Not that this was like a heavy song, but just a bit of a heavier aspect to it. Kind of reminded me a bit of some Alice in Chains as far as like the guitar goes, but really liked that kind of middle to end section where they really slowed it down, right? Took away kind of the heaviness, really came out with the bass, which I thought was really fantastic in that part. Really slowed it down with the guitar as well, but really kind of like that interlude and then finishing off kind of with that rock and roll. But yeah, it was good. Vocals were great. Instrumentation was great, as I mentioned. So yeah, for me, it's 2 thumbs up in those 2 categories. And as far as replay value goes, I've really enjoyed a lot of what I've heard from Failure. I think just about every song I've heard from them has made the playlist. I may not always enjoy it on my very first listen, but usually I come around. I feel like Another Space Song was even a little bit like that, where I was like, yeah, this is good, but I think as I've listened to it more, I'm like, this is great. So with that said, I think, I typically like putting their songs on my playlist where they'll get more more listens because I end up enjoying their songs more with repeat listens. And so for replay value, for sure, 2 big thumbs up there. Overall, a fantastic song and a fantastic request. So I want to thank the person who requested this one. As always, if you want your song reviewed as well, just do what they did. Leave that request in the comments, and I'll be sure to add it to my list. And hey, while you're down there, you might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, do all the stuff you do for your favorite YouTube channel. You can even check the description to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, or TikTok. And of course, I almost forgot to mention, usually I mention this part first, but out of order. If you enjoyed the music as much as I did, go support the artists. Go listen to their music wherever you can. That's going to be it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.